Welcome back to Trash Panda Off-Road. Today we're going to finish getting the 2.3 liter installed into the Overland Geo Tracker. A brand new day, and we're going backwards. Did some more research today, including a phone call to my friends down at Trail Tough down in Medford. They told me that they have actually never done a 2.0 to 2.3 swap, and they're not 100% sure it can be done, just basically because they've never done it. I've seen on forums all over that this is possible, and that's where I've gotten the majority of my instructions, so I'm this far. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. This can be swapped out just like I had believed. Undo this, swap it out for the one that's on the back of the 2 liter. The going backwards part is I need the cam sensor off the 2 liter to go in here, not the one off the 2.3. So the clutch, the flywheel, all that stuff's got to come back off today. The other piece that I found out was that this sensor here, maybe idle air controller or something like that, that plug-in is not the same on the 2.3 as it is up here on the 2 liter. So I can cut the loom and then wire each of these pins individually in here, and that is what everybody says to do, is to wire that in to here. My concern is that the wires all go in the same and match up the same, but I don't know. The other option, I guess, would be to get the connection from the 2.3 liter and wire that in and then plug it in. So maybe I'll call around and see if a wrecking yard has that, because I don't think I'm going to get this in tonight. I was hoping to, but now that I have to go backwards and work on some stuff, I don't guarantee that I will, but we'll see. The information I've been given is that the sensor that goes on the back right here, which would be the black one here on the 2.3, can be swapped with the one off of the 2 liter, which, let's see, would be this one here. And then the cam sensor goes in there on the 2 liter. But anyways, however, when I get them both out next to each other, the 2.3 liter is bigger, and I think it might be a little taller. Maybe they're about the same size. They go in the same, but this is definitely larger on that one than on that one, but it kind of toggles in. I wonder if I can just take that cam gear off and swap it over. Let's try that. Unable to get that apart, so went ahead and put it in, left it loose. Oh, dogs are getting into it. Left it loose so that I can move it around a little bit, help time it. I was at the wrecking yard the other day because I broke this thing. Actually, I broke 2 of those now trying to move this engine around. So anyways, I went ahead and picked up this connection as well. This is the one connection that all the internet says you have to rewire. So I just went ahead and got the actual connector, and then I'll rewire it back here. That way it connects in rather than have to just stick the wires in and connect them to all that. So hopefully that works. I don't know, we're kind of going blind here. There's no real guide to this, so a lot of this is I hopes. I know I probably do things backwards as compared to how you would think you would do them or how other people do them. I'm not a mechanic. I'm just a ding-dong with a channel. So I went ahead and took the valve cover off of this thing, because what I want to do is I want to pour oil in rather than just pour it right here through the spout. I want to go ahead and drizzle it a little bit over everything. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but that's what I want to do. Timing chain looks good. Doesn't mean I'm not changing it, but it's interesting that how good the timing chain looks, you know, and then there's the gray sealant everywhere, and then like a brand new gasket here, but all that looks great. But then you look at the spark plugs. So it's like, well, how did all that maintenance happen but not spark plugs? Anyways, we will drizzle a little oil on that thing, put the cap back on, and then we'll put the exhaust on and put a starter in. Exhaust all on, lines hooked up, that kind of stuff. Nothing, like I said, we took this off, put some oil in there, changed the spark plugs, started wiring things back up, wiring down there, O2 sensor, all this stuff back here. Hoping this is going to be workable. I don't know. Again, nothing on the internet about all these details, so hopefully this works out. New spark plugs. Had to build a new fabricate a new arm for mounting the throttle cable, because I kept the stock throttle cable. It's still off of the original one from the I fabricated a mount before, and now I've just switched it to a different mount to get it a little closer, and I have to make some adjustments because there's still a little slack in it. So didn't hook up any of the stuff in the front yet. Did all the wiring in the back underneath here. Everything's all plugged back in except for map sensor, map, one that goes into the air box, and this one, the one that everybody says has to be modified in order to work, because it obviously doesn't work with this one. So I did go to the wrecking yard and pick up the correct one. So this one actually does work with this one. I just got to wire this, cut this one, and wire it into this one. Maybe I'll just splice them and jab them in there to try it. I don't know. But this is the only thing that has to be rewired according to the forums on the internet in order to use the 2.3 throttle body and stuff. So fuel lines, I also had to lengthen a fuel line here, so I had to lengthen this one in order to get it there. And I think that's about it for modifications for today. So tomorrow we mess with this last piece of wiring, plug that sensor into the air box, put a battery in it, cross our fingers and hope something happens. And then if magic happens, we'll finish everything up. If magic doesn't happen, I don't know yet what we're going to do. Motor back in, exhaust on, none of the stuff up front on. I just quickly spliced these wires and plugged them into the old connection. I'm sure I'm going to change that. I'm just dying to try to turn the key. I have no idea why. Battery's on. Intake, that plugged in. Everything should be plugged back in. So we're going to turn the key and see what happens. I wanted to. Wonder if that's that cam sensor, or it's the wiring I didn't hook up right. Okay, now, again, I hacked it all up. I don't know. I'm not committed to it. I just spun them up, hacked them up. I don't know. Guys, I'm not a mechanic. And then what I did, because I thought it also could be timing, I went ahead and tapped that down a little bit to, I don't know if that puts it in or takes it out, whatever, but it was trying to start and then it would die. So we'll turn the key now and see what happens. We're just throwing straws at it. Hope, hope, hope. Oh hell. Oh hell. It started. Holy hell. I can't run it though because I don't have any water or anything like that in that, but holy hell, it started. Oh my god. Holy hell, it started. Did I mention that?